that I am live. Guess we'll give it a chance. I think I'm in a dead zone, but we will find out shortly. I wasn't able to advertise this, so hopefully people are getting notified. Set the cruise control, watch the traffic. Everything is hunky-dory. Fix the hair. Yeah. Hopefully notifications went out. If you're watching, I can't tell, and do me a favor, put a thumbs up in the chat. Lets me know that something is happening. So, yeah. I've been actually listening to the, what is it, that multi-live stream that, what's up, West Virginia Pappy, thank you. That multi-live stream that Bear took part in with the permaculture people and all the samples from North Cackalack down there in that valley. It's not good, guys. That place is done. I feel sorry for those people. Good morning, Bradley. Good to see you. I really feel sorry for those people because there's not a damn thing they can do about it. There's no way they can prove anything unless they got they can do radiological matching of what what is it, NPS, nuclear power storage or solutions. Yeah, it's pretty insane. What's up, alrighty? Laszlo was, there we go. Send Siver on fire. Set it on fire. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but then we'd have a giant toxic cloud, right? So that place is done. It's going to be basically like no man's land is what that's going to end up being. Okay, guys, so a couple of quick reminders. If you want to talk about something, put it in the chat, because I am clearly not sitting in the command center right now, and I need you to do it in all caps too. That way I can actually read it. Thank you, West Virginia Pappy, for reminding me of that. Turn the dirt over, start growing as much as you can. Yeah, the only thing is I'm pretty sure that soil is just contaminated, completely contaminated. I don't think it's a matter of knocking the top off or turning it over. I think it's basically done because the amount of pollutants that were inside those readings, they're off the charts. They're not they would have been better off if a nuclear weapon was detonated over them and contaminated them with a nuclear winter. They would have been better off than that, because at least with that, after about a week, you could scrape the soil into piles and then frickin' replant. This is awful. This is saturated. This is groundwater contamination. All the wells in the region, they're done. This isn't about water processing, because even the water plants get their water from the aquifers. So unless you're straight up 100%, from the sky water catchment, you're done. You're done. It kind of reminds me of that, what is it, The Hills Have Eyes? That the desert people that were out there radioactively contaminated, inbreeding, all that stuff. It really reminds me. And it sucks because there's people out there that own hundreds of acres they now cannot do anything with. And they've been there, the land may have been in their family for hundreds of years. It is absolutely crazy. Katoko, welcome to the chat. Don't recognize you. Hit that subscription button, please. Let's see here. No crops, just grow. Nature will repair over decades. But the thing is what are you supposed to do? Where do you go? Everything you have is invested in that land. When you own land, everything you have is invested in that land. It's crazy. Okay, so let's get some topics going, guys. If you could do me a favor and make sure that one, you hit that thumbs up button. Looks like we got 20 people in here. Let's let the algorithm know that we are live and pumping. Get some topics in there so that I can run my suck without having to drive off a cliff trying to look in the chat every 30 seconds. While you're doing that, I'm going to check my radio. Looks like nothing's on channel 11. We're going to go ahead and close that out. And we're going to drink a little coffee. Try not to die. Try not to be unalived by stupidity. So many things. I started listening to this other prepper who's over in the UK. And he's an interesting guy. He can talk. The guy can jabber on. After he did his live stream last night, he has like this after show in his Discord. So I went over there and I hung out into the wee hours of the night. And this guy can just jabber on like nobody I've ever heard in my life. He can just talk. And he's an interesting guy. I'm probably going to be on his show. I'm also going to be on UK Urban Preppers show. So that should be interesting. Apparently, there's a disdain for the typical American prepper and their just their mentality with guns and all this other stuff. It's kind of interesting, but you know me. If I'll talk to a communist, I'll talk about them. I mean, I'll talk to them, not about them. I'll talk to them. All right, how about government that wants to take the land for a memorial? I'll be honest with you. I do think that the government wants the land, okay? But I think the whole idea behind the memorial is memorial of what? Only 100 people died according to the numbers, which is all bull. We all know that. What are we memorializing? It's all bull. What it is the government wants the land so that people won't start rebuilding and they won't start dying and then eventually connecting all the dots and suing the government. That's why the government wants the land. If the government was smart, and they got ahead of this whole thing. I got to get around this damn RV. It's going too slow for me. I can't see anything. If the government was smart and they really wanted to get ahead of the situation, what they would do is they would claim eminent domain, and then they would buy out everybody there at exorbitant prices, unbelievable prices. And yes, there would be lawsuits. I've been in my family, live here for 200 years. We don't want your $14 million, government man. And it's like, okay, so who's the dumb one here? That's the first thing, okay? I get it. You've lived there, you have generations grew up there, but the land is contaminated. So, take the $14 million, and when they do government domain buyouts, they pay well over market price. That way there's no questions, there's no nothing, there's no mineral rights, no water rights, no nothing. They just take it all and they give you lots of money. Apparently they can print money now, so this should not be a problem for the government. Anywho, buy out the entire place, call it a freaking a national no-go zone to let the earth regrow everything, let the earth fix itself, and then put 20 years on it or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And then think of the jobs. You're going to have people coming in there and testing once every 6 months, once every 3 months to come test the soils. Then you're going to have a testing lab to make sure that it's all, we're creating all sorts of jobs, Turbo boost. That's funny. Yeah, that's the way to solve that problem. That's the only way to solve it, so that you're not playing this game. And there will be people that'll be like, I ain't going nowhere. You're gonna have to try my cold dead hands, blah blah blah. It's what you'll have for a few here and there, right? That will and will not be publicized to an extent. But in the end, they're just gonna lose. They're just gonna lose. The land is polluted. You can't live there. We've condemned the land. Here's a bunch of money. Go forward and do good things. The land is polluted. All right, someone said, have you seen Doomsday Queen on here? No, I have not. I've never heard of Doomsday Queen. But I'll be happy to go look. Tuck showed up. Good morning, Tuck. Government will give them $750 each. Yeah, right. That isn't even happening. That's a joke. You know, the other thing that, I think people are finally getting it. Okay? They're finally getting it. That the fact is that FEMA is not here to manage any emergencies. Okay? FEMA is here to be a brokerage, a holding house for government funds to give to people in an emergency. Is the process broken? 100%. Otherwise, we would have never heard of this $750 thing. We would not have people going before Congress testifying, going, that's not all the money they're getting, guys. This is just to get them the hell out of the zone. You know, some of this stuff makes sense. The problem is that FEMA is, for lack of better words, I don't know that I would use the word corrupt. I would say that they are inept. It's like, I honestly feel after seeing the videos that Glenn Beck made when he went down there and talked to the FEMA people, I feel like, and having been worked in government, okay, I feel like these people were like back in whatever town they normally live in, just say DC or whatever, and they come to work every day and they say they're the ready crew, they're ready to go, and we maintain this truck with satellite gear and computers so that we can deploy at a moment's notice at the president's command, you know. And I think what happened is these people got so used to sitting on their ass back in wherever they're from and saying these words but not actually doing the deeds. I think they got so used to it that, man, the stabilization on this camera sucks. Oh no, that's not good. Oh, that's not good. Hold on, guys. All right, so you're seeing weird things because my clamp came down while I was trying to move my camera, and I'm now licking it and sticking it. I got to get on a straightaway so I don't get dead here. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm in a turn right now. I've got to get this thing stuck back to my windshield in this straightaway. God, don't do this at home, kids. Got to lick it, got to stick it, got to push it back. All right, here we go. Let's try this. Nice. We're only on a bridge, so whatever happens, happens. Stick it, and then lock it down. All right, that's pretty tight. Okay, now I'm going to try and adjust this. You guys are just like going to watch me drive off this bridge. I can feel it already. Oh, man, I really got that on there tight, didn't I? That's what she said. I can't move. There we go. Okay, so we're not going to do any more. No more movings. That's as good as it's going to get, I think. And now I can't see the chat worth a crap because of the sunlight. You look marvelous. It's the final last words, right? FEMA supported, put gates up on the road. Oh yeah, definitely. They confirmed that FEMA was a problem. FEMA was an issue. FEMA was part of the problem. Not because FEMA exists, but because FEMA was actively doing things to try and stop people from getting in there. Now, here's something to ponder. What if FEMA was following orders? Not to be nefarious, but to actually protect humans. What if FEMA was following orders because the powers that be said, oh crap, there's a nuclear storage facility just north of there, and half of it just disappeared. It's being washed downriver in the floodwaters and all the silt. We don't want more people coming in here. Hint, hint. Well, we can't tell them. We can't tell them why. Hint, hint. So what if that was the case? I mean, it is a thing. It is possible. And I think that, I may have to pull over at some point, but we'll see. I can't see the chat very well. $280,000 gate? That's not realistic. Am I reading that right? That's not realistic. Nobody pays $288,000 for a gate. All right, so let's go ahead and put some more content in the chat, and I will be happy to gab along and try not to die. The coffee's good. I made it at the house. It's pretty darn good. I hope you guys grind your own coffee. All right, Tuck, I'm going to try and read that, but as usual, yeah, if you guys need me to talk about something, it's got to be in caps so I can actually read it and not get myself unalived. Good theory, but it doesn't make the gub up something. Oh, you're redoing it. Okay. Good theory, but it doesn't make up the gub something. Gub. I meant make the gov something. And nothing in the chat. Good job. Good job. So, I'm going to talk about something. Has anybody here? Okay, all right, there we go. Good theory, but it doesn't make the gov less repugnant. Oh, yeah, I mean, listen, man. I'm not. So, here's the thing. I don't hate government, okay? I don't like what our government is doing. We do need a Department of Defense. That should be the where all our money goes. We do need, organizations that monitor standards for the nation on roads and bridges, but we don't need a Department of Transportation that gets billions of dollars a year, to give for building, for bridge reconstruction and road reconstruction, because we all know that that's bull. I am going way too fast and just past the state trooper barracks. I'm going to go ahead and adjust my cruise control to a more lawful condition. There are things that we need. The problem is that our government has gotten completely out of control. We started off as an octopus with our 8 little arms, our 8 little tentacles of government, Department of Defense, Department of the Treasury, you know what I'm saying? Just all these little departments. And we slowly grew over time, and we just kind of, it's like the ooze just dripping through all the things that are America. And, oh, by the way, I'm coming up on a dead spot, so if we flash, I will come right back. Don't go anywhere. Anywho, but we have just got bloated and ridiculous. Bloated and ridiculous. Now, I am all for having one person to do one job really freaking good, and then having another person to do another job really freaking good. But it's all about the weight of the job. If I can hire one person to do 3 different tasks, okay, and it's reasonable for that person to be able to accomplish it, maintain quality of life with his family, okay, or her family, and not go home every day feeling like somebody needs to blow their brains out, then hey, do that. But we have got way too much bull going on. We're literally to the point where we have government agencies that are literally just saying, how many people do you need? Well, we think we need 100. Okay, let's finance for 100. No statistics, no thoughts, no asking the professionals, how many bodies do you need? It's like bloatware. It's what it really is. The government is just so big. I don't even know. There's probably 100,000 employees for the federal government, like real government employees, and there are millions of government contractors. And don't get me wrong, we do need we do need companies that will contract to do services for the government. We do need it. Well, there is so much that we do not need. And I think that with Doge coming in, I'm not talking about the coin, with Doge coming in, that people are going to be like, it's time to go. You know, the big stink yesterday was there will be, I think, Vivek, his enterprise, or, you know, if you guys didn't know that, he's a multi-millionaire. He's built his own companies, but he never advertises that stuff. Anywho, I think he kind of, his little world leaked into the natural world. It kind of made him look bad for about a split second. He made comment that people would be fired with respect, fired respectfully. And here's the thing, you know, in his idea of being fired respectfully is, here's your severance package, clean your desk out. But the thing is you know, you don't, you know, somebody, there's a way not to fire somebody, and even if you fire them the right way, it's still, they're still going to take it personally. It's not just business, it's personal. It's business for the business, it's personal for the individual. And you got these people that have probably worked for the government for, I don't know, 10, 15, maybe even more years, and that they're going to come in and say, this department is no longer needed. And here's your severance package. And make sure your desk is cleaned out by the 1st of the month. We're done. You know, and there's no nice way to say that. I'm sure there's more eloquent words, but there's no nice way to say that. And so he kind of came out and said that people were going to be fired with respect. And it's just not possible to do it, because when you're fired, you're fired. It's that easy. It's that easy. All right, I'm going to take a quick look at the chat. I'm getting ready to go into a construction zone that is 10 miles long. With Jersey barriers, left and right, nothing but fun. Let's see here. An honestly written referral, not severance package is plenty. Well, you know, the thing is they want to be nice about it. And obviously written referrals, that's going to be tricky to do. They'll probably just tell the leaders of these sub-departments to write the referrals, you know, write the references, that kind of thing. Because if they do it at the top level, it's going to be freaking very generic. It's going to be very not personal. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm sure there's a way to do it to make it more efficient, but I mean, firing people there's no efficient process. It's a very human thing. Man, I really wish I could look down at this damn chat. Sometimes stored that nuke waste there in a vulnerable condition. I can't read it. I can't read it. Good morning, whoever just said that. I think that was Rose. Now that I've got my camera tilted down so you don't see the bouncing around of my rear view mirror, excuse me, I can't see the chat right. RF safe out. Be safe out there. Oh, I am. I'm looking at the chat as little as possible. So listen, let me talk to you guys about something. I want to tell you guys something about it. And hopefully I can make it last about 10 minutes, and that would be 10 miles at this speed, which is the speed limit. Anywho, so does anybody know who Funky Prepper is? I know Tuck probably does, but if you know who Funky Prepper is, put a 1 in the chat. That way I can know how relevant this is to you. I'm waiting. I knew Tuck would know. There's Billy King. Okay, I got a 2. I don't know who he is. Okay, good. All right, so we've got a little bit of chat relevance going on there. Man, my nose is kind of stuffed up. Okay, so Funky Prepper, I had followed him for some years and kind of fell off, and then I just recently got back into like watching him. He does his live streams from the UK, basically around 2 p.m. Eastern time, US, and he'll pop in and pop out. But let's just say he hasn't made a video in a month. Let's start there. So if you know about what's happening over there in the UK, they basically have, it's like 1984 over there. I mean, it's ruined. The UK is basically ruined for anybody who's a real tourist who wanted to like see England or London or whatever it is. But they literally have the thought police over there, where you know, it's, you can't say anything, and if you say the wrong thing on social media or the YouTubes or Instagram or whatever, right, then the thought police come and pay you a visit. And sometimes it's just to tell you, we're investigating this, that, and the other thing, which is their justification, right? And the idea is that they show up, they're conducting an investigation, and that hint, hint, maybe tone it down a little bit, mister. And sometimes they show up and take you off. Not a joke. I was literally just thinking to myself, all the stuff that I've said on the YouTubes, I wonder if I have a red flag in the UK, and the second I try to travel through there, I get picked up, I get arrested at the airport. So I don't think I'm going to the UK anytime soon. Anywho, so there was this big hoopla about like, where did he go? He's got like 130,000 followers on YouTube. It's substantial. You know, he got his, what is that, the silver plaque? You know, that's 100K. At least I think that's right. Somebody let me know in the chat. Or let people know in the chat, since I'm not reading the chat now. Anyway, so he just kind of went off the grid. No explanation, no nothing. And the speculation is, well, then you get this other guy who pops in on his, he's also a UK channel. I don't know that he's a prepper, but he's definitely a UK guy. And he's like, well, right now, Funky doesn't have access to a phone or a computer or the internet at all. He couldn't really talk about what was going on, but he wanted to let people know that if they wanted to donate, because now he can't make videos for some reason, that they should donate, and then they gave a link, right? It's like, okay, so none of that made any sense. And then there is speculation, and actually pretty common sense speculation, that the UK government has, or the thought police, 1984, Orwellian crap like that, has basically paid him a visit, drug him off, and told him, okay, no more talking on the internet until we get this all solidified. And the speculation is that he's got, they've told him to stay off the internet until he can get his court date done, and his court date is around January, is the speculation. Nobody's been able to confirm any of that, which is kind of ironic, and I've never really thought about doing it, but, you know, in most states in the United States, you can actually go and see if somebody has a court date. And it's really not difficult to Google who is Funky Prepper and find out who the guy's real name is, where he's from, all that stuff. It's really easy to do. Go ahead and try it on me, see what happens. Anywho, so that's the big push, right, or the big speculation, like where did he go, what happened? And the reason I'm bringing this up, not to sensationalize anything, but things in the world are really not great with this whole social justice crap. And I think we need to take a moment to realize, and then actually like not forget how free we are here in America. Now, we've been freer, that's for damn sure. I don't like what's happening in our government either, you know what I'm saying? But how free we are here in America, and how, because of our founders, we're smart enough to set up a system that would endure all of the technology that they could have never envisioned today. That's pretty freaking amazing if you think about it. That's pretty freaking unbelievable if you really put a little brain power against it. They developed a system that would endure in today's technological world, that gave the citizens power to tell their government no, to allow recourse, to allow freedom of speech, to allow the ability to protect that freedom of speech. Pew, pew, pew! To do those things. It's absolutely amazing how simple a system it is. And here's the real question. It works so well, even in its degraded state right now. It works so well, why wouldn't other countries want to adopt it? There's a question for you right there. That really talks to freedom. That talks to the power of the people over the government. You know, it's like if I came up with this great system that was foolproof, that worked every time, and that was actually good for things, and it was free to use by everybody. You just take that idea and go use it. Why wouldn't everybody do it? Power. Just power. All right, I'm on a straightaway. Why are you putting your brakes? Why are you applying your brakes? No turn signal, just brakes. This guy's turning. He's a turd. It says flagman ahead, and there's no... What are you doing? This guy is like... I'm going like 20 miles. Oh, they put these little baby speed... What the hell? Oh, there was a flagman there. That's crazy. I've been blocked by the car's vision, so he's not a turd. Okay, turd. All right, free for the next 4 years anyway. You know, that's a mindset. But I believe that Captain Red Tie is going to put things in place so that the left cannot pull this crap out. I think it's very easy to do. I think that now that we have all three branches of government, that we start creating laws that stop this type of tyranny, that reinforce the Constitution, that keep bad people from doing bad things. I think what we have to be careful of, though, is that in doing so, it's all great up front, okay? Because we saw this in Germany after World War I, where they started to do these things, and then it just got out of control, and then you had the brown shirts. I mean, and obviously that was China, but there's also reference to brown shirts with the SS as well. And don't forget about the youth SS, you know. So it's very easy for it to get out of control. There's got to be a balance, you know what I'm saying? If you go too far too left, you get draconian tyranny, crazy ass stuff, right? One person rule, a king without being called a king. You know, in our case, we've got a king who isn't a king, but is actually controlled by their squad, by his staff. You know, it's absolutely insane. But it's very easy to go way over too far on the right, and you end up with laws that you know. For the video I watched last night, there's a jail for what is it? Reporters. You know, it's if you cook your chicken too much. You know, if you overcook your chicken, jail. If you undercook your chicken, jail. You know, you go too fast, jail. You go too slow, jail. You know, you end up with laws like that. And it's a pretty serious issue because right now everybody's got this warm fuzzy about what's going to happen. But we got to be careful to make sure that it doesn't go overboard, that there's a balance, you know. All right, I've got nothing in the chat. I got 45 people watching with 13 thumbs up. Do me a favor, guys, hit that thumbs up button. And as usual, well, we've been going at this for 34 minutes. So if you love your country, put a number 1 in the chat. America. Anywho, you see I took time out of my life to do that for you? Hit that 1 button. Wake up that chat. Let the world know. I'm going to drink some coffee. talk some shite. Gonna spit some words. And now that the chat we have cleaned the chat. Do me a favor, somebody put a good subject in there, and I shall ramble on about it as long as humanly possible. For me, anyway. For me, talking like this is actually a really good breath exercise. You know, it's like doing what's that the thing the girls do when they're pregnant, when they're giving birth. No, it's not miles. It's something else. Sorry about my lurking cooking. Got you, Tuck. Got you. No worries, bro. Hi from Boston. Good to see you. Tea party. Nice. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bro. Damn, that car was completely tinted out. Dems supporting Doge. Yeah, okay, so that's actually a good subject. So Dems supporting Doge. School is still out, right? Because I'm driving through a school zone and I'm seeing cars in the parking lot. Yeah, I'm just going to do the speed limit for school zone. Dems supporting Doge. That's actually a really good subject. The bottom line up front, the bluff, is that there are Dems that are centrists and believe that the government is bloated. And then there are Dems that are interested in getting on the train, the Trump train, getting on the train so they don't get ran over. Because right now, I mean, the citizenry has made it clear that we are unhappy with the way our government runs, that the people that are running it, and that we have decided that there will be a change. That's not my voice. That's not an opinion. That's what the vote actually said, you know? So you've got Dems that want to stay in office because they're career politicians. And if they don't get on the train, they're going to get ran over by the train. And it is not politically smart for them to come out and say, oh, this is wrong. No way, man. Why would you oppose government efficiency? Why would you oppose wanting to spend taxpayer dollars without wasting them? Without giving money away to every Tom, Dick, and country on the planet. I heard some stuff the other day. I think it was on Project Veritas. No, it wasn't. It was on, it might have been on Veritas. But I get it mixed up, if it's Veritas or if it's the other guy who founded Project Veritas. But they snatched up one of the people who's responsible for giving money away under the the Green New Deal. I'm calling it what it is. And he said right now we're giving money away so fast that it's like throwing gold bars off of the Titanic. Ah shit! My cruise control has decided to do some stupid stuff. That's how much money, just millions and millions of dollars, to all these green organizations, all these socialist organizations. You know, what is it? Any kind of organization that is against disinformation or misinformation. I mean, they're just throwing money out the window because they know when Trump gets into office that it's going to be like, turn the faucet off, turn it off. It's absolutely crazy. So a lot of these Dems, it's not politically smart for them to align themselves with the idea that Doge is a bad thing, when everybody knows that it's a good thing. Now, it's not good for them because now Congress may be forced to start to participate directly with Doge in a process that allows them to be part of committees when they start to do these committees on law. So someone in Congress gets enough people to co-sign to create this law that says that they need to create a department of butt wipery, okay? And They estimate it's going to be $10 million a year for the next 4 years to operate, this Department of Wipery. And so they have to go to the subcommittees to speeches on it, and then they take a vote, and if that happens, they pass it. And because money, it has to start in the House. Okay. So anyway, it goes to the Senate. Maybe it passes, maybe it doesn't. Then it's got to go to the president. But Doge is going to be in the middle of that, right? And so they would literally be like taking the place. I think the Doge is going to be the umbrella for the Government Accountability Office, who does a really good job, but people are just ignoring it. I think they're going to be the voice for the Government Accounting Office, like literally sitting in these councils going, no guys, this is stupid, and here are the 27 reasons why. Why are we here voting on this? And no, we're not going to shut up because this is real, and what you're proposing is ridiculous. Go learn to wipe your own butts. You see what I'm saying? So